get the dunk at the buzzer. For the 8th time in school history, a Maple Girls softball team is going to state.
Hello and welcome to Sports Jam. I'm Jay Wilcox.
And I'm John Jacobson. This week on the program, highlights from section girls and boys basketball play, plus state hockey and more.
And we'll catch up with a trio of local wrestlers who capped their seasons with state championships.
But first, girls basketball and another Section 6 Class 4A final matchup featuring Wayzata and Hopkins. Sold-out crowd filled up the Lindbergh Center to watch the Trojans and Royals play for a third time this season. Wayzata's Mara Braun steps in for a steal, and she takes it back the other way for two. The sophomore played a solid game to help keep the Trojans in it. Annika Stewart makes a three-pointer for the Trojans. 15 first-half points for the senior. Wayzata leads by 7. Their biggest lead was 9. Paige Beckers grabs a long rebound, and she will take it back for 2. That layup ties the game at 21. Beckers with 33 points in the game. Hopkins guard Elena Contreras hits her only basket of the game late in the first half, but it puts the Royals ahead by 7. Second half, and Braun gets 2 points in the paint. She and Stewart combined for 53 of Wayzata's 76 points. Freshman Bryn Senden hits some big second half baskets. This floater pulls the Trojans back to within 2 points. But Hopkins holds its lead. Maya Najee attacks, scores, and is fouled. 12 points for her in the game, as Hopkins pulls away late to win 86-76 for their 6th consecutive Section 6 title. The unbeaten Royals earned the #1 seed for the 4A state tournament. They face unseeded Cambridge Isanti Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock in the quarterfinals at Williams Arena. And we'll hear from the Royals later in the show.
After being upset in the semifinals last season, Park Center's girls took aim at the Section 5 4A championship last week. They met Centennial for the section championship in Anoka. A good inbounds play. Lauren Frost gets the pass right back and hits a 3 for an early 7-6 lead. It's the start of a big night for Frost. Then she draws the defenders and hits Aaliyah Ragulin for a 3 from the left side as Park Center goes up by 6 at 15-9. They do a good job against Centennial's defense. Adalia McKenzie catches it at the high post and drives to score, and it's a 10-point lead for PC. McKenzie jumps into the passing lane for a steal and takes it all the way for 2 of her game-high 28 points. The Pirates are up 38-24 at the half. Second half, and watch a great pass here behind the back. Frost to McKenzie for the layup. It's all Park Center. They're up 46-24. Frost delivers another nice assist as she drives and shuffles it over to Aaliyah McGill for the hoop. Park Center shines in the section final, rolling past Centennial 68-52 to return to the state tournament for the first time since 2017. The Pirates are the #4 seed for the Class 4A tournament. They play 5th seed Stillwater in the quarterfinals Wednesday at noon at Williams Arena. Park Center beats Stillwater by 6 on the opening weekend of the season. The Maple Grove girls have now met St. Michael Albertville in the last 3 Section 8 4A finals. Maple Grove is looking for a 3rd straight title. Abby Schulte hits an early 3-pointer from the top of the key, and the Crimson go up 12-6. STMA's Tessa Johnson with a quick drive and hits the scoop, and it's tied at 12. Jordan Lamker gets position inside for the hoop plus a foul. She scores 11 in the game. The Knights run a nice break. Mackenzie Kramer to Emma Miller, and she finishes for an 8-point lead. Late in the first half, Kramer with a nice step-back 3-pointer. The Knights are up 34-27 at the break. Johnson hits from long range early in the second half to put STMA up by 13. She scores 17 in the game. Ari Gordon slices through the defenders and scores as Maple Grove fights back in this one. Lamker finds Kylie Baronic, and she nails a 3-pointer, and the Crimson get back to within 6 points. Lamker with another assist, finding Gordon in stride, and the sophomore scores a nice hoop here. Maple Grove stays in this one, but Kramer with no hesitation launching a 3-pointer, and she hits for a 55-43 lead. She leads the STMA with 22. The Knights win the section, beating Maple Grove 70-52.
The Heritage Christian Academy girls won a 2-point game in the semifinals of the Section 4A tournament. That put them into the title game against top seed Mayor Lutheran. Anoka Ramsey, the site for the championship. Kirsten Robbins, nice crossover dribble drive, and she scores high off the glass for Heritage. A great steal by Taylor Shuck, and it's a clear path to the basket, and she scores for a 15-10 Eagles lead. Jordan Allen posts up, then spins and scores for Heritage. And Shuck goes hard to the hoop and gets the roll. The Eagles are up 31-24 at halftime. And they come out flying in the second half. Robbins to Katie Smith, and she hits the baseline jumper. Robbins distributes again, this time to Shuck. She's good from long range. It's an 11-2 run for the Eagles, and they're in control. Robbins zips by the defenders and scores on the reverse layup. Heritage leads 48-34. Robbins leads all scores with 27. But the Crusaders rally. Emma Lade gets a wide open look for a three, cutting the Heritage lead to 1. Lexi Sherman gets a basket and foul. Her free throw ties the score at 55. But the Eagles never break. Shuck with another great steal and muscles off the defender and gets the hoop. 21 points for the junior. And then Shuck with a nice look to Annika Miller for an easy basket as the Eagles go up by 6. And they go on to win, securing a 3rd straight section title.
Going into it, we were really excited. We were pumped. We didn't want to get overexcited. We wanted to stay calm, but it was very fun, very exciting. I mean, to have those fans and that support system, it's just a very fun atmosphere.
We want to be at Williams Arena, and I've said all season we want to end on a win. Of course, we want a championship, and we play for that. We practice for that. We dream about that, and we have 3 more games to do it.
Heritage is the number 5 seed in Class 4A. They play 4th seed Waterville Elysian Morristown in the quarterfinals Thursday at 1 p.m. at the Maturi Pavilion at the U of M.
The Providence Academy girls are in the top seed for the Section 5 2A tournament after a strong regular season, and they faced Holy Family in the semifinals. Haley Honecker gets into the lane and dishes to Lauren Kettler for the 14-footer in the opening minutes of the game for the Lions. And Maria counts with a strong drive between defenders, and she scores the layup, part of a 12-point night for her. It's 12-3 Providence. They break the press here, and the defense never really steps up to stop Counts as she goes all the way for 2 more. A dominant first half for the Lions, and they lead 27-9. Second half and good passing here. Maddie Anderson to Counts to Olivia Clammer, cutting baseline for the layup for Providence. Holy Family surges back into it, though. The layup and foul here for Sophia Zay. Moments later, the Fire pull within 10. But Providence retakes control. Kira Miller draws the defenders and slips a great pass to Grace Counts for the short baseline shot. And Miller hits some clutch baskets to fend off the comeback attempt. She pops a 3 to make it a 14-point lead. Miller scores 16. The Lions win 67-39. And Providence comes up with another strong performance in the final, beating Watertown Mayor 49-38. The Lions will make their first state appearance since 2013. They play Sauk Center Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Pavilion.
The state boys hockey tournament is in the books. The Maple Grove Crimson had a wild game in the quarterfinals of the tournament when they faced off with Blake. Maple Grove strikes first. Parker Wente's shot deflected by Josh Giuliani for the goal. The Crimson take a 1-0 lead just over 6 minutes in. After Blake ties it, Grant Zick's first shot is saved, but he stays with it. The shot from the goal line bounces off a Blake player and drops in for a 2-1 Crimson lead. Blake ties it late in the first period. Nice pass out front. Joe Miller knocks it in. That makes it 2-2. We jump ahead to the third period. Game tied at 3. Blake with a 2-on-0 shorthanded rush, and it's Miller scoring to make it 4-3 Bears. It's 5-3 Blake when Tyler Oakland deflects the Henry Nelson shot. It bounces in to pull the Crimson within 5-4, and plenty of fireworks still to come. Giuliani steals it in the neutral zone and fires a wrist shot home for his second goal of the game. And it's 5-5. But Blake gets a late power play, and defenseman Will Svendal scores the go-ahead goal. Blake adds an empty netter, and they win a wild one 7-5. After beating Lakeville South in the consolation semifinals, the Crimson lost Andover 4-1 in the consolation final. Oakland scored the lone Crimson goal.
A tough loss there, but a really good season for Maple Grove overall, John.
No doubt, and a bright future ahead. A lot of young talent in that program. Next up on Sports Jam, section action heats up in boys basketball. We'll be right back.
Welcome back.
Section boys basketball champions will be crowned by the end of this week. In Section 6-4A, Wayzata beat Armstrong in the quarterfinals on a buzzer beater, and that sent a confident Trojans team into the semifinals against top-seeded Hopkins. Drew Berklin hits Eddie Bennigan on the backdoor pass for two and an early 9-4 Trojans lead. Wayzata made 7 3-pointers in the first half, including this one from Carter Bierke that gives the Trojans a 15-8 lead. Late in the first half, it's Bierke knocking down another three. Wayzata takes an 11-point lead at the halftime, 33-22. Bierke leads the Trojans in scoring with 15 points. Kerwin Walton has a big game for Hopkins and leads their second half comeback. Scores on the putback and is fouled. Walton scores 15 of his points from the free throw line. Regan Merritt had a 3-pointer from the corner for the Royals here, tying the game at 45. He had 8 points off the bench, all in the second half. Berklin, another great pass this time. Cody Williams with the basket, and the game is tied at 52. But Hopkins scores the next 7 points. Walton with a tough shot off the glass, and he draws another foul. Walton, that's 18 of his game-high 30 points in the second half. Andre Gray scores 10 second-half points, including this one to put Hopkins up 7 with under 2 minutes to play. Hopkins pulls it out, and they move into the section final with a 66-56 win.
The second semifinal featured Cooper against St. Louis Park, two teams that split a pair of close games in the Metro West Conference. And their third meeting proved to be another down-to-the-wire contest. St. Louis Park starts strong. Paris Johnson with a baseline drive for a sweet reverse layup, and it's 13-5 Orioles. Cooper battles back. Davion Evans hits the jumper despite being bumped on the shot to pull the Hawks within 5. He scores 19 total. St. Louis Park throws out of the trap ahead to Johnson for the dunk. As they lead for most of the first half, Johnson scores 24 in the game. Joe Russell provides a spark off the bench for Cooper, hitting a 3 here as part of a 14-point night. The Hawks are back within 4 at the half. And they play a better second half. Tyson Dallas sinks a 3 as Cooper goes in front, 39-38. Anthony Clay Trezek also has a nice game off the bench. This 3 is part of a 9-point second half for him. It's back and forth all night, and Cooper pulls out a 63-61 win over Park. So it's number 2 seed Cooper against top seed Hopkins for the section title. That's Wednesday at 7 o'clock at Osseo High School.
In Section 5-4A, Park Center is the defending champion. The Pirates are the top seed this year as well. Park Center was at home to play Centennial in the quarterfinal round. John Grigsby takes the short pass from Dane Danger and dunks home 2 early points for the Pirates. And then off a Pirate steal, it's David Ejadambola leading the break, shoveling it back to Tavius Frierson for the dunk. 16 points in the game for Frierson. Brandon Rukia hits a long 2-pointer for the Cougars, and they're within 5 points midway through the first half. But Park Center pulls away from there. Off a missed shot from the baseline, Frierson rebounds and puts back 2 more. And then Grigsby with a long 3-pointer, under a 14-point night for him. The lead is 12 for Park Center. Late in the first half, Josh Lewis hits a 3. Park Center goes on to win big, 87-49 for their 22nd win of the season. Also in Section 5, 3rd seed Champlin Park was home to play Osseo. The Orioles led at halftime, and in the second half, Bernardo Moria hits a 3-pointer, and Osseo has a 6-point lead at 42-36. The Rebels come back. TJ Moberg to Richard Scott attacking. He scores and is fouled, and Champlin Park is within 2. Rebels guard Josh Strong makes some big shots down the stretch, including this 3, tying the game at 45. Down by 2, Osseo's Tariq Henry saves the ball from going out. Michael McIntyre right there to score. That basket ties the game at 47. Strong hit a couple of big free throws late to break the tie and give the Rebels the lead for good. Champlin Park wins a tight one, 50-47, to move into the section semifinals. The semifinals in this section are Tuesday in Coon Rapids. At 5 p.m., Mounds View takes on Park Center, followed by Champlin Park and Spring Lake Park at around 7 o'clock. The winners play Friday night for the title at Rogers High School. In Section 8 4A, top seed Maple Grove struggled in the semifinals before rallying to beat St. Michael Albertville 58-54. Rashawn Parker scored 16 points to lead the Crimson. They'll face Buffalo, a winner over Moorhead in the other semifinal for the section title Thursday night at 7 o'clock at Monticello High School.
The puck drops later this week in Bloomington for the state adapted floor hockey tournament. In the PI division, 3 teams from our area are in the tournament. Robbinsdale Hopkins Mount Westonka, the number 3 seed from the North Division, plays Rochester in the quarterfinals at 5 o'clock Friday. At 6:30, Anoka Hennepin faces Minneapolis South. Maple Grove, the 4th seed from the North, meets the South Division top seed Dakota United. The semifinals are Saturday morning, the championship Saturday at 2:30. In the CI division, Anoka Hennepin is the top seed from the North. The Mustangs face Dakota United in the quarterfinals Friday at 5. Maple Grove takes on South Washington County at 6:30. The semifinals are Saturday at noon, the championship at 4 o'clock at Jefferson High School, and should be a couple of good tournaments right there.
Always pretty exciting down at the state adapted floor hockey, no doubt. Straight ahead in our Sports Jam Spotlight, we'll hear from 3 local state wrestling champions.
3 local wrestlers earned individual titles at this year's state tournament. In our Sports Jam Spotlight, Jason Melillo profiles Hopkins' R.J. Chakolis, Wayzata's Cael Swensen, and Totino-Grace's Joey Thompson.
The best wrestlers in the state grind through their section tournaments to earn a spot at the state meet. Then the best of the best win 4 more matches to become state champions.
It felt so surreal, like I just didn't even seem like it was like, wow, like it just happened.
The road to the Class 3A 195-pound title was a battle for Hopkins' R.J. Chakolis, with the affable junior winning 3 straight overtime matches, culminating with a dramatic OT takedown, earning him the Royals' first individual championship since 1975.
I believe it was the second period. I got in on a shot on him that was pretty good, and I knew I could take him down after that. I kind of was feeling him out in the first period to see how strong he was and see like what he liked to do a little bit. But then once I started feeling him out a little bit, I felt comfortable, and I was like, oh yeah, if I'm offensive, nobody can stop me. So.
Wayzata junior Cael Swensen was also aiming for his first state title after a disappointing 5th place finish in 2019.
Anytime I was wrestling a ranked kid or someone who had placed higher than me at state the year before, I was just kind of like, I have to go as hard as I can because they did better than me last year. So I have to work harder than them to pass them up. So I was just kind of my mindset all year is like, they got this and I didn't, so I need to go get that.
And he did, and he was dominant. Swensen buzzsawed his way through the 138-pound field. He wasn't taken down the entire tournament on his way to earning the Trojans' first individual title in 11 years.
It was just kind of like knocking a guy off. He's up there, I knock him off, I'm past him, and then so it was just until I got to the top, and then I was just like, I gotta go win the state title now.
Unlike Chakolis and Swensen, Totino-Grace senior Joey Thompson didn't sneak up on anyone. Thompson wrapped up a great career by winning his 3rd straight state title.
It's just been great, just knowing that I accomplished my longtime goal 3 times, being a state champ, and I'm still taking it in, and it's been amazing.
Wrestling practice rooms are where champions are made, so it's fitting the walls often become shrines to the athletes of the past. Chakolis and Swensen ended long title droughts at their schools. They'll be remembered for that, and perhaps serve as inspiration for future wrestlers.
I really think that we were kind of in a rut. I think it hadn't been done for so long, so maybe the title seemed a little bit out of reach for everyone. But now that I think that I finally broke that down and got my title, I think that's going to open the floodgates for all of our freshmen who made state, and they're going to start to win. You're going to start seeing them be multi-time state champs.
Me and my coach and my teammates, Demetrius, Deontay, we always would say we had our names up there previously just for entering the state tournament, but now with the number by it, man, it means so much more. Because when you look at it, it's just like, oh, I didn't make the state. I went to the state tournament. I earned that number right by me. So it's going to mean a lot once I see it get up there. It's going to feel really good.
Joey Thompson will go to South Dakota State University on a wrestling scholarship. With one more year of high school, Chakolis and Swensen are still undecided on their college choices. John talks girls basketball with defending Class 4A champion Hopkins in a moment.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. You saw earlier in the program the Hopkins girls basketball team advancing to the state tournament for a 6th consecutive year out of Section 6-4A. And one of their players and their head coach join us now. We'll start with KK Adams, a senior. Last time playing here at Lindbergh Center, what was this like?
It was unbelievable. I'm just blessed that all my teammates just stepped up, and I'm glad everybody came out in the community. It really feels like home, and I'm glad that I had a chance to end with a bang my last time playing here.
The second time you played Wayzata during the season, you won by 27 points, but they gave it everything they had tonight, didn't they? Yes, they did. Wayzata's a great team, and again, my teammates, we came to do what we had to do, and that's just that. What was this atmosphere like? I mean, people are, around the concourse and full on both sides. You get Timberwolves players sitting behind where we were. You look over and see that. What's that like? I was kind of shook the Timberwolves came. It was really loud. I could barely hear my coach, but yeah, it was crazy. You're on to the state tournament. What does that feel like just to get past this now? And you got a great Wayzata team that you beat tonight. Now you got to win 3 more times. We're taking it one game at a time. I feel blessed that we were able to just make it again. Did you have a lot of fun here tonight? Yes, I did. Good luck at state. Thank you. Head coach Brian Cosgriff, and you told me before the game you were nervous. You get that way a lot of games, but you knew Wayzata was really going to test you tonight, and they certainly did.
Well, I mean, we've been battling them, it seems like year after year after year, and the fact of the matter they're really well coached. They play extremely hard. They're wonderfully talented. I mean, Stewart and Braun, oh my God, they were amazing tonight, and they gave us everything we could handle. What did they do well against you tonight to keep it so close? Well, they handled our pressure, and all of their players contributed, and they played extremely hard. And Stewart shot lights out. I mean, I can't remember missing very many shots. And when she plays like that, they're very, very difficult to stop. How much does a game like this help you when you get to state? Well, I think it's going to help us a lot. I mean, we haven't had a lot of close games this year, and every time we play them, it's pretty close. So I think this will help us a lot. I think going into the state tournament, there's some really good teams out there, but I think Wayzata is one of them. Unfortunately, we're in the same section, and I think we're battle tested now. And it gets to continue for you as a coach for 3 more games, right? Well, hopefully 3. I just survive in advance and take it one possession at a time and enjoy the ride. For your girls, how much did they kind of soak this whole night in and to look around and see how many people were here? Well, we talked about that. I mean, this whole year for our team has been amazing, and I think it's been wonderful for girls basketball. I mean, every time we played Wayzata, it was a packed house. And then we played at Farmington, it was a packed house. And we went up to Grand Rapids, and it was a packed house. And the phenomenon called Paige Beckers, as you can see, all these kids waiting for her autograph and wanting pictures with her. I mean, it's been an amazing year. I've never seen anything like it in girls basketball. So I'm very fortunate to feel like I'm part of this process and part of the ride. And I feel like we want to hopefully it'll continue until next Saturday. Good luck at state. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate it. Thanks to head coach Brian Cosgriff and guard KK Adams of the Hopkins Royals headed back to the state tournament this week, beginning Wednesday at Williams Arena.
Our final play of the week for the winter season takes place this week. Go to ccxmedia.org and click on sports and then play of the week. To vote, it's brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove. And here's last week's winner. Park Center girls basketball player Adalia McKenzie's acrobatic layup in the section semifinals against Spring Lake Park earned over 700 votes to win. Thanks to all who voted.
And that will do it for this week's show.
Thanks so much for watching Sports Jam. See you next time.